Hey everybody, this is Jewelyn. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to part 2 of part 1 of the front of my home spring 2020 plant tour. In yesterday's video, you've seen everything on the right side of my home. In today's video, we are going to explore everything on the left side in the front of my home with a giveaway at the end. So enjoy part 2 of part 1 spring 2020 plant tour. And see you tomorrow for another plant tour. I'm really excited to share with you what's currently been going on in the collection for 2020. Let's go ahead and talk about everything that is front and center as you walk into this space. Here we are, more plant babies to showcase. My beautiful coral aloe. I love this thing so much. I would like to put it in a terracotta planter in the future, so I may have to switch some babies out. Maybe my Opuntia farm on the right can come out and I can put my coral aloe in there in like a wide low dish. That would be ideal for him, I think. This has been with me for like 4 years, 4.5 years, something like that, from Las Vegas. I love this thing so much. I do have a handful of aloes, not a lot, but I definitely love this one. And as you see, the edge of it is turning like into that peachy orange. So cute. So as you can see, maybe that's the reason why it's called coral aloe. Front and center, more aeoniums from Carrie. This is new in my collection, so thank you, Carrie, so much. You'll see a lot of aeoniums in my collection, and these are super cool. Let me know in the comments down below if you collect aeoniums. Do you find them to be rare where you live in your part of the world? And do you find them easy to grow? For me, they're very low maintenance plants, so if you're looking for a plant that you don't need to give a lot of attention to and that are like super cute, aeoniums are absolutely perfect for you. These cobalt blue planters from the 99-cent store in Santa Monica a while back, and the 2 aeoniums she gifted me are in these blue ceramic planters. Next to it is my beautiful watch chain that came from Ventura, California. I need to go back to that nursery because I've gotten some cool things from that nursery. I think this is the most impressive watch chain I've ever seen in my entire life. It is super thick. It's like, it makes my baby watch chain looks like peanuts next to this one. This is like the goddess of all watch chains. As you see, I have it propped up on a ceramic planter that I'm not using right now. The white ceramic planter came from my bestie Diana, which I'm about to see, and she's about to give birth. So I'm glad that I was able to style this plant right in the front of my home, because it's definitely one of those jaw-dropping plants. It's very interesting and I love all the weird ones, so very fun to have a big watch chain front and center in my home. Right, here we are. And here's Evie, my beautiful Jade plant. This is my original one, and it's living in a big owl planter. You probably can't see the body of the owl planter from this point of view, but there is an owl welcome sign in front of it. You guys already know I am a huge fan of owls. If you haven't watched the vlog channel, check out my story and you'll get a glimpse of my owl love. But you'll see little owls throughout the collection. Jade tree is so big, and I paid a lot of money for him at the time when I got him in Las Vegas several years ago. It's definitely something I want to keep in the collection for a while, just because he was an investment. Even if I have my big mother tree in my yard, which I give a bunch of you guys free cuttings whenever you guys do big purchases with me as a thank you, I still like to keep my original mother plant. I've had it now for 4 or 5 years. So that's everything on the right side immediately when you see my space. In the front of my entry to my studio, I have the second ladder plant stand for my subscriber here. A bunch of little guys here. Ideally, I would like to fill the whole bottom shelf with plant babies, but you won't see it. And I have a lot of different level changes here, a lot of different interesting textures and colors here. A very fun part of the collection when you start walking through this space. Here we are, top section of the shelf. Trailing baby I got from the plant show here in LA. It's one of those weird ones that you can't find maybe at your local garden center or anything like that. That's why I love going to these plant shows. And it looks like a Rhipsalis, but it's not. And I love trailing babies, and that's another reason why I'm into Rhipsalises. So I had to pick him up. I'm not sure it has done any kind of movement since I brought it into my collection, but I can't wait to like go back to another plant show, plant sale, hopefully in the near future. In the center there, you see some Rhipsalis cuttings here. These were part of my Meet My Plant Friend subscriber series where I featured a subscriber in Temecula, and we went through her whole collection, and she was so sweet to give me a bunch of plant cuttings and babies. So thank you, Jewelyn. I love Rhipsalises, so it was special to get some Rhipsalis from her mother plant. And you know what, Rhipsalises, sometimes they look good and sometimes they don't, but I still keep them anyway. So they're not in the greatest condition, but it's still giving me growth. And I love Rhipsalises just in general, so I'm gonna try my best to get it to the best it can be. But for now, it's living in a terracotta from my subscriber Jill. So thank you, Jill. There's so many planters from my subscriber Jill, so I'm gonna keep telling her thank you for all of these planters. Thanks so much, Jill. You guys are like, seriously, my subscribers, you guys are so awesome. I love you guys so much. So it's nice to see like a plant from another subscriber and a planter from another subscriber. So it's one of those. And then here on the top left is like this interesting plant baby that is grafted. You see them all the time in Trader Joe's, and that was gifted to me from my plant friend Tanya. That's everything on the first shelf. Here we are on the second tier. I got some interesting gasterias here, haworthias, and an unidentified baby from Carrie. Back gasterias from Las Vegas. I got a bunch of gasterias, and Las Vegas is quite known for having gasterias for sale. So I will collect them. On the left, you see my prize variegated gasteria, which I got from, I want to say Ventura. I'm not too sure. I absolutely love this, and actually there was a lot for sale at the plant show in Los Angeles, and I ended up not buying anything that plant sale, and I made Carrie buy it instead, and now it lives in her collection. So I couldn't see myself spending money at the time when I was buying these variegated monsteras that were over $1,000 total, so I didn't want to spend any money. So Carrie has one in her collection, and I still have mine, so it's okay. I have another gasteria here. I love the clear windows. The windows in these guys are just so stunning. I love the clear windows in this. So pretty. I love it a lot. And this was actually, I'm thinking maybe from Las Vegas as well. And this little guy here was from Carrie as a recent gift, so thank you to my plant friend. Okay, here we are, bottom shelf. I have some interesting haworthias. I want to say the one on the left is a haworthia as well, and then in the center I have some baby aeoniums, and I believe all of them came from Las Vegas. So I had them now for 4 or 5 years. I want to bring up this guy because he's quite interesting. Take a look at him from top point of view. I mean, just very interesting and unique. So I wanted to bring him up. These little aeoniums I recently transplanted into a ceramic planter. Right, here we are, right next to the left of the shelf. You see my prize Rhipsalis. This thing is so crazy and unique. I love him a lot, and it was from my recent find in Santa Barbara, and I actually have a baby one, I believe, living in my studio on the shelf that you'll see in upcoming tour. This thing trails like crazy. I have it on an upside down nursery planter for a level change. I believe a couple of subscribers bought cuttings from me, so if you're interested, I have one fairly big size rooted baby from this mother plant living in my greenhouse, but I can definitely take cuttings from the mother plant. I know on my recent trade with my subscriber in Santa Clarita, she got a lot from this mother plant, so I definitely don't mind taking from my plant babies if it doesn't ruin the look. But I love Rhipsalises a lot. Very fun plant. Here we are next to it, my beautiful Kalanchoe Kalancho. I love this plant so much, and it was actually part of that mix planter that I rescued, and I particularly chose that planter I got because of this one. I wanted a really big one of it, and I see some blooms about to open up, so who knows, maybe I'll be able to preserve them. They're super cute. Here they are, cute, and they're fuzzy. I love fuzzy succulents. Soft spot for anything that is fuzzy and soft, and any fallouts that I have from this one, I'll either stick it on the bottom of the planter, but now I have my succulent farm. You'll see in a second, it'll just live there with the rest of the pups. On the bottom, you'll see my bear paw, which I actually was gonna put back in the greenhouse, but I felt bad, and so now it's just living there kind of in the shade. And those guys, you definitely don't want to touch them because they'll start falling apart. And then right next to it on the left You see more aeoniums, probably from my plant friend Tanya, into a Buddha head that I had for 4 or 5 years, and it's spray paint in white. We'll talk about my 2 Hoyas here because it is hanging on a 2-tier in the front section. So I have my Hoya Carnosa Crimson Princess. This is some kind of pubic calyx, maybe a Royal Hawaiian or pink silver. I have Hoyas growing everywhere in my home. So I love being able to showcase some as soon as you enter my space. And I love this 2-tier hanger. If you're interested in this 2-tier hanger, it is in my Amazon store. Link is in my description box. Okay, so here I added some interesting things happening on the left side here in the shade. You see my propagation station that I did in a recent live, and I will be adding more to it tonight on my next live. And then down here in the front, I have my little strawberry plant that Carrie gave me recently. So let's see how I do with it. And then I have another Jade plant that I got also from Las Vegas 4 or 5 years ago. I just have it in the nursery planter still, but I have it in a wicker basket. So definitely love having all these jades kind of tucked away in corners. Behind it in the back, you can see a bunch of George's propagation, and I just kind of forget about them and they just grow in that shady area. So a bunch of babies of his. And then here I have my holly fern that is in a kind of like teal and white planter, and I wanted to bring the fern out here just to kind of give a different element to this section. A bunch of my ferns live in my bathroom and by my fountain, but I decided to bring my holly fern out here. Baby, I call him Bob Marley. He's my hybrid Epiphyllum. A bunch of you guys have purchased cuttings from him, and in my recent trade, my subscriber in Santa Clarita got a huge section of it. But definitely one of my prized babies. I will never get rid of him. On the top here, I have these interesting cressulas, and they're like, I think the Ruby Cascade, I'm not too sure, but these were gifted to me from my subscriber in Santa Clarita, and I gave a bunch, I believe, to my plant friend Sonia. So I was able to share some, and I did it in a recent planting with Jewelyn, putting it in a plastic planter that I had available in my space, and I just love it. I love how it's in that hanging basket and in the pop of white with the 2-tone colors of the plant. It's just, I love it aesthetically. My repainted Coco Coir half basket here, I love it. And my staghorn fern, he's doing pretty good. As you see, he has been growing nice in this Coco Coir mixture in the coco liner basket. But ideally one day when I do have the space, I'd love to like put him up on a board and have him live in a different style. But for now, I think he's cute in this little Coco Coir half basket. And then here you see my Brazilian Philodendron. This is my big mother plant. A big part of it fell off that I am propagating in water inside of my home. It's in a cobalt blue planter and macrame hanger, which is also in my Amazon shop. One of my Marantas, my lemon lime, they're very finicky, so you just kind of gotta find a sweet spot for it where it's gonna thrive. And I have it in a white ceramic planter, kind of shady area. And then this hanger was gifted to me from my plant friend subscriber client Sonia. My very big Wilfin, tons of babies. I have probably sold 5 tails from this mother plant. Also, I love the aesthetic of it. I got it from TJ Maxx Las Vegas, and the baby front and center is new, and I believe if you look really close, there's another baby popping up in the front as well. So this is definitely a very giving mother plant. And let me know down in the comments below, for those of you who have purchased my Wilfins, how are they doing? Because I know there's 5 somewhere out there in the plant world. So this is going to be an update for my grandma's planter. I mean, thumbs up the video, you guys. It is still holding up. I still love the look of it. If you haven't watched that Planting with Jewelyn, where I helped my grandma out to create her first succulent garden with plant babies from my greenhouse, watch that video. It was super cute, and it was a fun way to spend time with my grandma. I love having her on the channel, and it's still doing good. So I just have it up on a plant stand. I have my variegated crocodile aloe. I love this plant baby so much. It's considered rare for me. Let me know down in the comments below if you have one of these guys. But I definitely don't want him in direct sun because he's variegated, so I think this is a perfect place for him. And the last 2 plant babies to wrap up the tour are my beautiful aeonium cuttings that I got from my plant friend Sonia. So thank you, Sonia, so much. I absolutely love them. I love the planter that I chose for it. So if you haven't watched me plant up these cuttings from her yards, please watch the video. These are so gorgeous. That dark vampy black, oh, so gorgeous. So I love having it here next to my beautiful variegated Amac euphorbia. I've sold 2 of the babies when I got it to my subscribers, so hopefully they're doing good. I didn't mind taking the babies from it, even if this plant is a slow grower, because this plant is super expensive, so it was able to help me cut down the cost of this purchase. I love it a lot, and I have my small other one on the shelf, so it's okay to share. I definitely don't mind. So you never know, if you have interest in any of my plant babies, reach out to me, and I definitely don't mind sharing. Alright, you guys, that is gonna wrap up today's part 1 spring 2020 plant tour, everything that is currently styled and living in the front of my home. I hope you guys enjoyed that detailed tour, and stay tuned for more upcoming spring 2020 plant tours. The next one I'm probably gonna film is going to be inside of my studio, so stay tuned for that. But I am gonna go bits and pieces through the collection, and at the end of every tour I will be giving away separately 4 different giveaways. So let's go ahead and talk about today's giveaway. My grandma decided to pick this particular giveaway because she thought it was very fitting. Now my resin first time preserving my Epiphyllum blooms is going to be up on my channel, so if you haven't watched that yet, go ahead and check it out. And I'm going to be doing a giveaway on one of them. So this is my beautiful Epiphyllum bloom that I have preserved in silica gel, and I preserved it in resin, and this is the first resin piece, silica piece I've ever made, and one of you guys are going to be able to win it. So if you enjoy my Epiphyllum and enjoy the collection and maybe can't purchase a plant from me because you live outside of the US, this is the perfect time where you can have something from my collection that only pops up once a year. It gave me 11 blooms, and this is one of them for this year, and this is the first time I've ever preserved them. And it's just an absolutely beautiful, stunning piece. And this is the first time I've ever worked with preserving blooms, and as well as doing anything with silica gel or resin, and it turned out pretty good. So if you guys are interested in winning this, then all you have to do, and for all of my giveaways, is be subscribed to my main channel, my vlog channel. Follow me on both of my Instagrams, my main Instagram, my plant Instagram, as well as leaving a comment down below the city, state, country that you live in. If you have a cacti collection or a cacti, what is your favorite cacti that you currently have? And if you don't have any, what would be the one that you would love to purchase? Sound off in the comments down below. I will pick a winner 1 week from the time this video goes live, and I will announce it on my plant Instagram, and I will be able to ship this out to anyone in the world that has a mailing address. So thank you guys so much for supporting me. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Subscribe for daily uploads between the main channel Monday to Thursday and the vlog channel Friday to Sunday. You get a video each and every day. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys on my next part 2 tour. Aloha from Santa Monica, California. Bye.